Welcome back, Ink DFS here. Another NBA picks video. Had a nice little one-game slate last night with the introduction of the NBA March, or excuse me, NCAA March Madness tournament. So nice little break last night. We hop back into it here Friday night with the 12 gamer. Before we get into it, as always, if you guys like this video, find it helpful anyway, go ahead and like the video down below and subscribe to the channel. Helps keep me pump these videos out for you guys so we all can get to this money together. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. First guy on our list here, we have RJ Barrett. Currently in a healthy game total at 225. He's been playing very, very, very well recently and has been the main focal point offensively for the New York Knicks. Since the All-Star break, he's been playing about 35 plus minutes a game, around 30 plus usage rate percentage, and been taking about 20 plus shots a game. All elite usage stats. Excuse me. And with all those elite usage stats coming in at about 7,000, simply too cheap. A guy who you can probably jam in your lineup and he's going to give you a solid floor of 35. But in this matchup, I think he has a chance to explode. Washington in particular has been very weak versus wings recently. The only problem is they haven't faced much competition. They face a lot of role-playing guys such as like Austin Reeves, CJ Ellerby, Terrence Mann, Coffee. Not really guys who are like focal points for their team that can really take advantage of this spot. During the past 5 games, though, they've had two guys who were kind of, offensive focal points, and they certainly took advantage of the spot here. First guy, we have Josh Hart. He put up 71 points in this spot. And another guy, Marcus Morris, put up 47.5 fantasy points in this spot. So definitely a spot to take advantage of. RJ Barrett, certainly a main offensive weapon, and he can certainly blow up in this spot. On top of all of that, he also has great history versus Washington as well, averaging 44.5 fantasy points over his last 2 games. Next guy on our list here, we have Jaylen Brown, another player, another healthy game total, currently at 225. Also another guard, quality guard with great usage stats, going against a soft Kings defense in a nice pace-up spot here for the Celtics. Celtics, they like to grind it out, real slow, good defense. Meanwhile, the Kings like to, run up and down the court and try to get up as many shots as possible. So this will force the Celtics to play a little bit faster, hopefully lead to a little bit more defensive stats for Jaylen Brown here, and certainly a spot here to get up some more shot opportunities for him. Like I mentioned, great usage stats. Since his return from injury, he's been playing around 35 minutes a game, averaging about 30% usage and getting about 16 to 20 shot attempts a game. As I mentioned earlier, great matchup versus Sacramento. They've been pretty awful against shooting guards all year, but most recently, over the past 15 games, they're the 8th best spot for shooting guards. Next guy on our list here, probably my favorite player on the slate. We have Kevin Porter Jr., currently playing in the game with the highest over-under, the fastest pace, and one of the tightest spreads on the slate. So definitely should be a high-scoring back-and-forth game. Another guy who's been playing well recently. I believe they played about 6 or 7 games since the All-Star break. About half of them have been blowouts, thanks to the Rockets being Rockets. But in those games that weren't blowouts, he's been averaging about 40 points a game, 40 fantasy points a game. And this matchup against the Pacers, who don't play much defense, shouldn't really be a blowout risk here tonight. Indiana overall has a bad defense, as we know, but especially against point guards, they've allowed all 5 of the point guards they played in the last 5 games to hit over value, with a couple guys certainly exceeding way over value, such as Trey Jones and the Spurs matchup. Another nice point I like about Kevin Porter here is he has small forward eligibility, allowing you to fit another point guard at the small forward position, which traditionally has the lowest ceiling. So putting a point guard there at that small forward spot is a nice way to kind of raise the overall ceiling of your lineup, and a nice little tournament kind of, insight tip there. Next guy on our list here, we have LeBron James. Lakers been struggling recently, as we all know. Embarrassing loss after embarrassing loss. Then they come out with the media stories, and we had the drama between Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook last game. So definitely a little drama-filled team. But throughout all this, LeBron is claiming that his team still has a chance to make the playoffs, and he's certainly playing like it. Coming out motivated, dropping insane games, trying to carry his team to win. But recently, over his recent stretch, the Lakers have been losing again, and LeBron's been struggling. But I think here tonight he has a nice chance for a nice bounce back spot here against the Toronto Raptors. They just played him recently, and if you guys pay attention to any back-to-back trends or same matchup trends over the year, if a guy has a down game in the first game, he usually has a very good game the next game out. So I'm kind of banking on that. I'm also believe that LeBron sees his losing streak and decides to turn it around and has another monster night tonight. So definitely a nice spot here. I like LeBron to bounce back. Last guy on our list here, we have Nikola Jokic. We all know we get out of Jokic. We know how good he is. Probably back-to-back MVP here. If he's not dropping over 30 points a game, real life points, he's out there dropping a big triple-double. So certainly a guy who comes in, probably the highest floor in the slate any given night, and certainly the highest ceiling on any given night. But really, what I really like about this matchup here is he's going against Cleveland, and Cleveland's recently been down Jarrett Allen. I believe 4 games have been down without Jarrett Allen. And in each game they've been out with Jarrett Allen, the opposing center has had a field day. Most notably, Bam Adebayo going for 60, Zubac going for 50, and Embiid almost touching 50 or 60 last night, or a couple nights ago, with no defensive stats. So certainly a spot I like here for Jokic. Should be able to take advantage of Mobley down there, young rookie. Jokic should be able to put some moves on him and have his way with them. Certainly helps that Jokic doesn't have much help around him. Aaron Gordon's kind of, falling out in the background. So is Will Barton. So it's kind of just Jokic out there, kind of, facilitating the offense and scoring all the points. And with him having a nice cupcake matchup tonight, I certainly think he's certainly worth a shot here. So that's going to conclude it. If you guys, again, like this video, like the plays, they were helpful anyway, go ahead and drop it down a like down below and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys again.